Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be giving some injury updates for a few Tampa Bay Buccaneers players going into week number 8 versus the Saints. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button if you do enjoy these types of videos, and leave your thoughts about these injury situations down in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and get the tough news out of the way first, because there's a lot of good, but there is some not good thrown in there as well. And the not good news is this. Antonio Brown was seen today, as of October 27th's practice, in crutches. Now, Antonio Brown, he had sustained a sprained ankle injury versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and he did not play in the most recent Tampa Bay Buccaneers game versus the Chicago Bears. Bruce Arians was asked about Antonio Brown's recovery time, all these other different types of things, and BA basically said, hey, who knows with these types of injuries? He could come back after the bye week. He could be out for a long time. We'll just have to take it on a week-to-week basis. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but the gist of it is right now as it stands, it seems like Antonio Brown is very much doubtful to play versus the Saints here in week number 8. Again, it doesn't help that he was seen in crutches at practice. That is a strong indication as to where he is at in terms of his recovery from this ankle injury. I'm not going to say that he is, 100% ruled out, but it certainly seems like he's at the very least doubtful to play versus the Saints. So that is the bad news there. In his absence, continue to see guys like Tyler Johnson, probably Cyril Grayson, because he did get some more playing time after he was elevated from the practice squad, and then even Jaylon Darden getting thrown in there as well. Those three guys are going to continue to get more snaps in the absence of Antonio Brown. Now, with that bad news out of the way, we have a lot of good news to cover here. First things first, Lavonte David and Rob Gronkowski both returned to practice today. This is awesome news. I just made the video yesterday talking about how Bruce Arians said that he was hopeful that both Lavonte David and Rob Gronkowski would be available for the Bucs Week 8 matchup. It seems like that is going to be the case, that they will be able to play in that game. I talked about that impact of how important both those guys are, both to the offense and the defense. Gronkowski, he's an absolute monster in the red zone, and he has just overall been very, very effective this year as a receiving tight end and as a blocker as well. In the case of Lavonte David, yeah, they're going to need him against Alvin Kamara. Point blank, simple as that. They will need the expertise of Lavonte David to help contain the absolute beast of an offensive weapon that is Alvin Kamara. If they are able to contain him, I honestly could see the Saints offense struggling mightily, absolutely mightily, if Lavonte David and Devin White are able to contain Alvin Kamara. So it is good to have both of these guys back 100%. Some more positive news here. Richard Sherman was seen warming up at practice today. Richard Sherman had sustained a hamstring injury just a couple of weeks ago, and now it seems like he's getting into the flow of things, working his way back to getting ready to play. It seems like he has a chance to play versus the Saints in week number 8, which is awesome news given some of the other injuries that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been dealing with at the cornerback position. Both D. Delaney and Jamel Dean both sustained some level of injuries in the Chicago Bears game. Just a quick update on them. Both of them were practicing today, and it seems like they both will be ready to go versus the Saints as well. So the Buccaneers are finally starting to get some guys healthier. Some guys are finally not having to miss a ton of time due to their injuries. This is all positive news. Jamel Dean seems like he's going to be okay. D. Delaney vowed to play against the Saints in week number 8, so it seems like he will be ready to go, and maybe you can even throw Richard Sherman in there as well. These are some pretty darn good updates. And then finally, I know a lot of people have been asking about these two players, but we finally have some updates on Scotty Miller and Sean Murphy-Bunting, as both players were running at practice today. The lightest of light work that you can pretty much do at a practice, but regardless, it is something. Scotty Miller, he is still recovering from a turf toe injury that he suffered at the very beginning of the season. Sean Murphy-Bunting, same thing. He is still recovering from a dislocated elbow that he had sustained at the beginning of the season. I don't think that either one of these guys are going to be back in week number 8, but it seems like there is a chance that they can return after the bye week in week number 9, and they will have a chance to play versus the Washington football team in week number 10. So there's all your updates, guys. Wow, it does suck to see Antonio Brown potentially missing another game here and even more games in the future. He will have that bye week to rest and recover a little bit more, and there's just so much other good news, right? Lavonte David's back. Rob Gronkowski is back. Richard Sherman seems like he is in the process of potentially being back as well. D. Delaney, Jamel Dean, they are good to go. And then you even got Scotty Miller and Sean Murphy-Bunting slowly working their way back into the mix. So this is great. This is awesome. The team is finally getting healthier going into the second half of the season, which is going to be a very crucial stretch for this team as they try and get that first seed going into the playoffs in the second half of this season. So awesome news. Again, let me know your guys' thoughts about all of this down in the comments section below. What do you think about Antonio Brown pretty much being doubtful? There was no there was no solid indication as to what he is listed as right now, questionable, doubtful, or out. I would say right now, at the very least, Antonio Brown will be doubtful to play in the Buccaneers Week 8 game versus the Saints. So while that does suck, guys, we do have a lot of great news thrown in there as well, with a lot of guys returning from their injuries. So anyway, guys, again, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.